This is exciting.
Welcome to Models Talk. Let's talk about it.
Yes, yes, yes. Look who's in the building, y'all. Come on and get in here with your girls, Zahara Deanna and Miss Andrea Rowe.
Hi.
Hey, baby.
How are you?
I'm fantabulous. You looking gorgeous in all the lovely locks. I love it.
Thank you.
You're
You look
welcome.
amazing yourself.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. It's been a long day. I've been feeding the sick and the shut in today.
Well, that's a blessing.
Yes, it was. It was a good time.
Yes.
That's not what we're here to talk about, although it's Thanksgiving, but we're here to talk about all things Andrea Rowe, baby.
Oh, dear. Well, how can I help you?
Well, I would like to know what is going on in your life right now.
Well, there's not a whole lot going on. I actually just finished doing my coursework to be a licensed massage therapist.
Yes.
So branching off into another avenue, something I've always wanted to do. And so I'll be looking to do that probably starting about the first of the year.
Well, you need to set up at fashion shows, right?
See, then they're gonna want me to do both, and I'm like, no, we can't do both.
No, but you can take appointments.
I can take appointments.
You can do 15-minute massages on us.
Absolutely, I can definitely take appointments.
Take appointments, $25 for 15 minutes.
Hey, you better say that, honey.
I'm claiming it for you, baby.
Yes, ma'am.
Trying to give you another avenue.
Yes, ma'am. God's working with the hands, honey.
Yes, baby. Well, your hands are gracious anyway. Well, you are fantabulous as a designer, baby. I walk for you. And
thank
baby,
you. Yes, you have.
I feel it every time, sweetness.
And you've killed it every single time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I remember when you put it on me and we turned it long ways instead of sideways. And you were like, oh, that's interesting.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do and make it work.
And it worked. It worked.
Absolutely.
So what are you looking to do right now as far as your 2025, sweetheart, in the fashion industry?
In the fashion industry, I'd love to do more collaborations, maybe. More editorial. Yeah, definitely more editorial. I would love to finally put out my magazine. That's been a heart's desire for about maybe 5-7 years now. So hopefully maybe next year I could put that out. That's really just all I'm looking forward to, because it's like, I just kind of sense a pivot for me. So I'm just kind of downsizing from doing actual shows to just a little more creative works.
Well, your creative works, when it comes to your magazine, what is it going to platform on? Where are we going with the magazine? What is it about?
What I really would like to do is like to showcase different aspects of fashion. Like different models, different looks, different locations, different photographers, different perspectives and things like that. Not just your traditional, let's just take a couple of pictures here or there or outside, or, let's get creative with it. Let's step outside of the box with it. Let's see what we can come up with in terms of color and fabrics and, ideas. Those types of things.
Yes, baby, that sounds amazing. I mean, you'll be hitting on all points of this industry. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I mean, you can have a picture of a textile, and the texture of something, and then actually have the garb made, and do an editorial shot with that. Baby, I can see you being all kinds of creative with the magazine.
Well, thank you. I put out a book a few years ago. You may not know that, but I did write a book a few years ago, and I actually did a whole photo shoot for my cover. So there is a whole photo shoot of just for my cover.
Wow. Now, what
Mhm.
did that entail?
First, I did a model call. I did an online model call.
Mhm.
And what I did was I set it up in such a way that I said the client is looking for XYZ,
Mhm.
and the person had to fit the client's requirement.
Right.
So even though I was the client,
Mhm.
nobody knew that I was the client until they were chosen. So it ended up being a person that I've known for a long time because she was the only one who ended up matching all of the requirements.
Mhm.
Height wise, had to be a certain height without shoes on.
Mhm.
Had to be a certain look without shoes on and things like that. And, just a different flow
Mhm.
because I needed it to look very statuesque,
Mhm.
very bold looking. So the colors were very bold. I made a whole outfit, did an entire flow skirt for it. So it looks like butterfly wings, all of
Oh,
that. Yeah.
oh, that sounds gorgeous.
Yeah.
Was
If
it
I
multicolored?
It's very multicolor. It was teal, turquoise, and green. There was purple. And at the last minute, I did a whole headdress out of
Oh,
flowers.
I bet you it
So,
was stunning. It's,
oh,
sounds like a monarch butterfly.
oh, absolutely beautiful.
I
And
know it was. I wish we
yeah,
had that shot. I wish we had that shot.
you know what? Trying to think if I can put my hands on it quickly, but I don't think I can.
But we
Um,
got time.
Okay. Give me a second, but yeah, it was just a wonderful time to be able to shoot that. I did her makeup.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't know that I've done creative makeup because I used to be a mime. So I did her makeup and did the headdress, everything from head to toe,
Mhm.
was everything that I created for the
Look,
entire
and on
shoot.
the cover you had the model's name, the photographer's name, and the rest me. All
Actually, actually, it was just on the cover.
Mhm.
So by it being on the cover of the book, she's out there regardless. He's
Mhm.
out there regardless.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was just a beautiful time to be able to create something like that. That's the type of works I like to do.
Well, what is your favorite aesthetic?
My favorite what?
Aesthetic.
Aesthetic, my favorite. Mm, let's see.
Please tell me Avant.
Say what?
Please tell me Avant.
It is a bit of avant-garde, darling,
Yes.
because I love everything color, over the top, very creative, not basic looking, lines, curves, color,
Mhm.
shape. I
Mhm.
love all of that.
Me too.
Um, so it's just one of those things where I haven't really done
Mhm.
what I know I'm capable of doing.
Right.
Um, so I've put it out there a little bit. I've
Mhm.
teeter-tottered on it, but I haven't really dived into it like I know I can.
Mhm.
Um, so that's one of the focuses that I really have to be able to do that in this coming season.
Well, are you going to be doing like multiple sizes, or are you going to focus in on your curvier models, or has it gotten that far yet in your own mind's eye?
Now, I don't discriminate when it comes to size.
Yes, I
I,
know that, but
you
I
know,
gotta get you to put it out there.
Well, I don't discriminate. When everybody who knows me knows that I am the all size fashion designer. I
Mhm.
don't discriminate whether they are short, whether they are tall, whether
Mhm.
they are, slender, curvy, whether they are plus size, full figured, it
Mhm.
doesn't matter.
That-
When it comes to the men's design, same thing. I've had the athletic, the leaner bills, the more muscular bills, you name it.
and
So
that's why I love you, because you are so versatile in your designs, and a
well,
lot of
thank
people
you.
don't know that about you. You know,
Really?
those that know you know you, but those that are
Yes.
learning about you don't know. And that's
True.
why I'm glad you're on the show now, because we're going to be
Mhm.
talking about these types of things where you can
Okay.
reintroduce yourself and reintroduce your brand to the up
Okay.
and comings that are, because, you know, Modelz Talk has grown exponentially, you
I
know,
see.
and it's growing and growing every week. We grow and
Mhm.
grow and grow, and
Mhm.
we're growing forward. And so
Yes.
coming into a new season, I would love to have
Mhm.
someone on. I love having you on to end
Mhm.
our season, because you're the last show, baby. You're the
Well,
last show.
thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
You are the last
I love
one
being a
until
closer.
January. You know, and so,
Yes.
you know, I had to have somebody fantabulous, of course. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, darling.
Love the hair.
Yeah. I was like,
Look at you. Look
oh,
at you.
no, you did not.
Yes, he did.
That is one of my birthday pictures.
That is so pretty.
And believe it or not, let me tell you how much I sew. The wig in that picture, I made that wig.
Go on, girl.
I made that wig. Yep,
Yes.
I
Well,
made that
you
wig.
always look fabulous in your hair. You always do. No matter if I see you, you know, rushing around,
Yeah,
your hair game's always on point, sis.
I do what I can.
No, you do it. You do
I
what
do
you
what I
do,
can.
sis, and you do
Yeah.
it well.
Well,
You know,
thank you.
you're
Thank you.
welcome. You
Thank you.
know, and for you to have made that wig, how long did it take you to do that?
Probably a couple of hours.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you
I
know,
thought you were gonna say some weeks. Okay.
oh no, 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 no. If it took me weeks, it would have came out way better than that. But no, no. It was literally a last minute afterthought
Mm-hmm,
because I wanted something different.
mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I got a bunch of hair. Let's see if I can do this right quick.
Yeah, cut it up and put them together.
Honey, I got on that sewing machine and I was rolling. I said, let's make this happen. And that's what I
Mm-hmm.
did. Mm-hmm.
Well, it turned out fabulous. You really look
Well,
pretty.
thank
You look
you.
very pretty.
Thank you.
May I ask how old you turned?
I turned 53 in February.
Yeah.
Mhm. And I will be 54 this coming February,
When's your birthday?
February 8th.
My husband's is the 6th.
Oh, wow.
You Aquarius people, I just love you.
Yay. So, yeah,
Bam.
I will
All right.
be.
When we're
Mhm,
talking about fashion, have
mhm.
you heard the new terminology that is based on grunge fashion of the 80s, that it is coming back as horror fashion of the 2000s? Have you heard this new term?
Mm,
It's called
mm.
horror glamour.
Horror glamour. And what does that
It's
look
all,
like?
it entails all the pretty, the sparkles and all the decolletage out, and it's got blood everywhere.
Oh, I'm not able to subscribe
Yeah,
to
I wasn't able
that.
to connect either. When I read the article and saw
Mm-mm.
the pictures, I'm like, I don't know how far that one's gonna go, y'all.
Yeah. Some
But there's a
people,
genre for everything. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, some people take things too far though.
And
Mm,
I agree with you.
yeah,
I
some
agree
people,
with you
yeah.
100%.
Hmm.
Have you looked at the forecast for the 25-26 season?
Nope.
Okay, well, teal is going to be the newest and greatest and latest. Anything color teal. The teals are going to be huge.
You
And
know, that's crazy because one, teal is my favorite color, right?
good for you.
And the other thing too is when I did my show back in 2022,
Mhm.
that was one of the feature colors.
Well, there you go. Guess
Yeah.
what? You'll be building a whole nother line based
Mhm.
on teal.
Oh, wow.
Based on
Wow.
teal. Teals are 25-26 mainstay colors and those variants of teal.
Oh, that's going to be wonderful.
That's going to be beautiful. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, and it's going to gradiate. So
Yeah,
I was reading
that's
those
not
articles.
teal.
Yeah, I was reading. See, that types of colorings and color variations are going to be very popular 25-26. I was reading. Yes,
Uh-huh.
what I'm talking about. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely, absolutely, baby.
I see somebody's been going down the timeline. I ain't mad. I ain't mad.
But that's you, baby.
Yeah.
That's so you. I mean, I can't wait to see the harem pants and then the dolman sleeve, the
Oh my
dolman
gosh.
top and teal and silk. Baby, I know it's coming down the walkway. I know it is.
I know, right? You know,
Yes,
because I'm
ma'am.
gonna
I
make
can
that
see the
happen.
Indonesian pants coming down with it. Of course, it's got to have the right stiletto.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Got to be the right somebody in it, honey.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am. And please make a headpiece. Please. Because
There
I
you
love
go.
your headpieces.
There you go. Yeah, those headpieces can be some work. Oh my gosh. They
I
can be
know,
some
but you do
work.
them so awesome. You
Well,
really
thank you.
do. You command them. You don't let them command you.
Yeah.
And that's another reason I love you so much is that your garments lay so effortlessly on people and your models, and you take such time. See, look at that. The garment isn't wearing the model. The model is wearing the garment, but she is selling the garment. And
That's
look at what
wild.
you've done. Look at the line on that.
That is wild. That is one of the best coats ever.
Yes, it is.
That chocolate, yeah, that chocolate coat is the best coat ever.
I love the line.
Yeah.
Love the lines.
Yes.
You know, and I'm a chocolate cream fan, tan camel fan anyway. I'm not a coat wearer. I'm more of a jacket girl, because I stay hot. And so since I stay so warm, I prefer not to have stuff wrapped around my legs.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, and so I layer up on the bottom and throw wraps on, so I'm not sweating like a Hebrew slave.
Because, honey, at this age, the sweats will come.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Girl, I thought it was over them, and I had some the other night, and I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? What is this? What?
You're like, did somebody turn the heat on?
I asked my husband, I said, do you have the heat on, baby? He said, no.
Oh, my gosh. I know that feeling.
This is not good. This is not a good feeling. Hence the bald head and the freedom of letting the heat out. Okay?
Right. That does make some sense. That does make sense. Yep.
Yes, ma'am. See, I can see that coat in a jacket form that's cut V formation. You see what I'm saying? On a V. And then V in the back, and then the upside down cone on the side. Cone cut on the side. You feel me? To make it a jacket with the same color combination. Yes, ma'am. I can see.
That's interesting because I have coats coming out in January.
No way.
Oh yeah, I have a whole coat collection. Yep. Did I lose you? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that one right there. See if I can find that real quick. I don't think I can find it real quick.
Someone called me, and I do have it on Do Not Disturb. And I don't know how I got through, but look at that! Isn't that Tammy?
That is Tammy.
Yes, baby.
Yes.
What's that code?
Yes.
Yes, baby. I'm so sorry for that, sweetheart.
That's okay.
Technical difficulties. What can I say?
Yes,
I love a black and white combination, as you can see. black and white is my favorite colors.
Do you have the other one, the leopard print she wore?
I don't know. Louis, do we have the leopard print that she wore by happen? He's the one that's in the background pulling all these wonderful pictures and throwing them up for us.
I see.
So next, he said no. The next go round coming. Okay, so what's your next show? When are you going to build your next show?
The next show that I'm doing is with Gemini. January 25th.
The Winter Couture?
Yeah, the Winter Couture. So that's the next show that I'm doing.
Oh, that's going to be very nice.
Yes. So that's
y'all been working on that for a year, right?
Well, she has. She just brought me in about a month or so ago. I told her I'd, be more than happy to come on board and, do the show because I had not done any.
Oh, how many shows did you do this past year?
Ooh, 2.
Really?
2.
Wow. That's odd. The fantabulous Andrea Rowe not showing?
Well, certain shows I won't do.
Yes, ma'am.
And certain shows I will do. Every show is not for me.
Yes, ma'am.
And I had to realize that the hard way, that every show is not for me, and just take a step back.
When you say that, what makes them not for you?
Because just because someone is doing a fashion show doesn't mean every fashion designer needs to participate. Because if your fashion show is more urban, I'm not an urban designer. So if I'm not an urban designer, then I don't have any business in your show.
Right.
Now, I don't have anything against those who do that, but don't look at my brand when you ask me, is this going to be a fit for your show? And I don't think a lot of show producers do that when they put shows on. So when they ask me to do their show, I ask them what their show is about. I ask them what is required. A lot of them want absorbent designer fees and offer absolutely nothing for it. I've paid it a time or two. We'll never do it again. So that's one of the reasons why I've only done a few shows this year.
Wow. That's deep. That's really deep. You get tired.
It's very tiring, very taxing, because when you are put in a show with people who are taking things out of packages or they don't care about what they present, to me, that's a slap in the face for somebody who spends weeks and hours up sewing and cutting and designing and putting things together. And making things and fitting models. I've had models at my house often, and they will tell you fitting models, catching up with models, going to models, making sure everything's right for the show, for them to walk for 15 minutes.
If it's 15 minutes.
If it's 15 minutes. And many times I've done shows where, because the show was running over, where they weren't going to let me walk after I had put all that work in. They let other designers. Oh yeah. I've been in shows where other designers were permitted to walk. And because their show was running over, they weren't going to allow me to walk. And my models actually fought for me and went and told them, she's done all this work and we can't believe that you're not going to let her show. And they said, if you walk out there, we're walking out there. And sure enough, whoever was up, I interrupted their set and I kept it moving.
Girl, you better do that thing.
I sure did, because I'm like, you invited me to come. I do all this work. And then a few minutes before I'm supposed to walk out, you tell me I can't show that. No, we don't do that. We don't do that.
No, I can't. I'd walk out the show. I'd walk out the show.
And
You just would be a pissed ass at me.
and you know what? And the bad thing about it is, there was no apology made.
See,
There was,
that is not the business, baby. That
yeah,
is not the business. That's not
yeah,
how you do business.
yeah. I've done shows for people where I was out of pocket and overextended, traveled to these shows out of pocket, overextended, and because they were late starting their show, I did not get to show.
Stop it, Andrea.
Because the lineup at the very last minute was switched. And the position I was supposed to be in, another designer got to show their entire line.
You see me sitting here with my mouth open, right?
Oh, these are very real accounts.
Oh, I believe
these are very real. I mean,
I trust you with all my heart, baby. I mean, I know what kind of person you are, and you are about your business.
Yeah.
And that's why another reason I love you so much, because you are about your business.
Well,
and that's why I would walk for you any given time. If you call me, Zahara's coming.
Yeah.
Because I know what you're capable of doing. I know what you bring to the table. I know what your flavor's about. I'm going to try to sell that garment, whatever. If I got something spinning on the top of my head. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Hey,
I got you.
I'm walking in Andrea Rowe, baby. Y'all don't understand who this chick is.
Child.
Let me help you recognize.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
you're more than welcome. That's just real deal for me, and because Zahara don't do nothing she don't want to do.
Right. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the honesty.
I just don't understand how you can be so underestimated in the industry.
Oh, let me put it to you this way: extremely underestimated, extremely undervalued. I've been disrespected more times than I could count. And people are like, why don't you say anything? I said, for what? I said, people have their picks, they have their favorites, they have their cliques, of which I am none of. I have learned to understand that. And I'm a person who can walk away from situations and still be professional. Still see you in public, still speak. Still be cordial. I would never disrespect anybody because that's just not who I am. It's not in me to do it. But I have been, you would be surprised.
Maybe
not. Well,
maybe not, right. Because, I've been in those circumstances as a model.
Okay. That makes sense. I do.
So I'm really not surprised, but a woman of your caliber, a designer of your caliber, a designer of your excellence, a designer that brings what you bring to the table and the flavor that you bring to the table. Everybody should be clamoring to get to you and pay you, okay, for being in their show. I can count on one hand here in the Atlanta market that I believe, me personally, believe that should be being paid. Well, everybody should be paying. Let me back up. Everybody should be paid what they're worth, from beginners from freshers to intermediate to professionals.
Correct.
Up and coming designers to intermediate designers to professional designers. So on and so on and so on and so on and so on. But I can count on one hand how many designers there are that are that professional, and you are one of those professional designers, and I still got fingers left over.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you are one of those designers that need to be paid your worth.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
You are one of the all-time faves because you keep it real and you're a real designer, and that's absolutely right.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was my business, and that's real truth. One thing about Modelz Talk, and this, and you've been on the show before, we talk about the good, bad, ugly, and the indifferent. But it's done in the dark, it's going to come out in the light.
Absolutely.
And if we don't talk about it, things won't change. How do we get it to change, Andrea? How do you think we get it to change as a designer?
As a designer, truthfully, there needs to be a better standard. There needs to be better guidelines, and there needs to be a group of people who say, we're not going to be swayed by this person or that person. We're going to make a decision, and we're going to stand by that decision. And I think that from what I've seen in Atlanta, and it's not all inclusive because I haven't seen everybody in Atlanta.
Right.
I can only go by what I have seen in Atlanta. And when it comes to industry standard, professional standard, Atlanta does not present that. Atlanta is not there. You can make an attempt to bring it, but that requires a good team. It requires people willing to work with each other and willing to truly listen, because everybody wants, some people, in some situations, everybody wants to be the head when everybody can't be the head. You can have somebody at the head, but there has to be people under the head that runs the body. If you don't have people to run the body and run the vision, then it's not going to happen.
Why can't we have a round table?
We could, but you have to decide who's going to be in charge of that round table. Because if you have people who already have a mindset of what they want, and everybody's bringing what they want, and nobody's willing to listen, nobody's willing to concede, nobody wants to forego what they want to do to listen to what other people want to do, then you will never have unity in that area. You will always have it separate.
I think that we have a problem with is our calendars. I'm tired of being in shows and doing rehearsals that we're stepping on each other's toes.
And some people do it purposely.
I see, and I know that. And
see, that's a bad thing.
That is a bad thing. And it makes those individuals look bad because the tension is felt.
Absolutely.
We can tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and we see and we hear, and we may not be talking about it in your face, but I guarantee you it's being talked about behind your back.
Oh yeah. And amongst each other.
And amongst each other. There you go.
And depending upon how you run your show, people will not do your show again, or want to work with you or walk with you again, regardless of what you put out. They don't care.
Say that, baby.
They don't care. Too many rehearsals, they're not going to show. If they know how to walk, you don't need that many rehearsals. In the fashion industry, in the real fashion industry, a professional model knows how to walk before she gets to a show. Many times they show up to a show to find out how to walk. There's the runway. This is what you're going to do. Do it.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah.
If we're doing a straight European, what's the point? If we're doing a straight European walk, why do we need 15 rehearsals? I will never understand it.
You don't.
I just don't get it. It's waste time, energy, and money. And then you're not getting paid on top of that.
Oh,
you know, then you probably had to pay a registration fee.
And at least if you're going to make a model pay a registration fee, have something for them. Have food. Can you give them some water? Can you make sure the water ain't hot?
Can I get a cold bottle of water, baby? Can I get a napkin and go around the cold bottle of water so I'm not dripping on nobody's clothes?
Can you have some mints? Can you have something there for them? They need something. You want them there 20 hours before the show, and then you want them to sit.
It's not
for what?
I used to think over here on this side as a model, and as a senior model, as a seasoned model, I used to think that it was just me thinking this shit by myself. But throughout the last year and a half with Modelz Talk, I have talked to so many people with the same mindset.
Yes.
As we have.
Yes.
And out of concern, you know, Lewis said the napkin around the water bottle is too much.
It's not too much, sir. If that water is cold and coming out of some nice cold ice,
it's going to drip. At least I'm trying to be considerate and not dripping on nobody's clothes.
Exactly.
You know, you shouldn't be drinking while you in the designer's clothes in the first place.
Oh,
you need to
Lord.
have on your model's robe before you start eating and drinking and sitting in people's clothes.
And
Wake up, people. Models,
listen.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
designers frown upon you eating and drinking and sitting in their clothes. Once you are dressed, it is a standard for you not to sit down in the designer's clothes. Let me put that out there right now. Stop it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm saying it for you, Andrea.
I've seen some stuff.
I know you have.
Stuff. Yeah.
I've seen stuff too where people be putting stuff in their face and dripping on people's clothes. And girl, I get mortified. I get mortified for y'all.
Yeah. Unprepared.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have all their stuff in their model bag.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you show up to a show with nothing in your model bag?
Mm-hmm.
But you want to walk.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you intend to walk for?
Exactly.
So.
You know, come in and you have butt booty naked and you have no model robe to put. I mean, I understand we're models and we're all working together and what have you, but a standard model robe you can get from the thrift store, baby.
You can get it you can get it on Amazon. You can get one of the little bride cover-up robes.
Find robes for cheap at the thrift store.
Yeah.
$78 and wash it and bring it home and put it in your model bag and leave it.
You are right. You are right. Because your model bag should always be ready.
Do you know I roll with 35 pair of shoes in my car?
See, come on.
They don't even come out my car.
See?
And then I got another 10 pair in my model bag.
See?
And then when it comes wintertime, I got my boots. Okay? And I just throw them in the back in the trunk of the car and leave them. Black pair, white pair, tan pair, cheetah pair, and ankle boots in all the same shades. Just thrown in the back of in the trunk.
And every single show, you have to tell a model what to bring.
And
every single show, and you should not have to.
Because there are standards.
There are standards. Now, even if they're children, you if you're teaching you want your child to model, I'm sorry, don't have your child come to rehearsal in one pair of shoes, and that's the only pair of shoes they have. Take them to the thrift store, like you said, and get some shoes. Shoes are available.
Yes, it is. They are very available.
They are available.
Yeah, and readily available. You can go on Temu and get decent shoes.
Done it.
Been there. I still do it.
See? So, you know, my thing, but there's options.
We have plenty of options.
There are options to make. And
there's no reason not to be. See, for me as a seasoned model, there is no reason not to be prepared when you come to a show. You don't not come in your proper undergarments. If you know your legs are raggedy, put on some hose. They do have sheer to the waist pantyhose up in 5XL. All the way up to 5XL. I'm just saying, I understand my full figure sister. Girl, there are skinny women that I'm skinny and I got sagging and bagging and lagging and what have you, but I wear pantyhose.
You know what I tell them? I said, get you some foundations. I am tired of y'all not having your foundations. When they come to get fitted, foundations are mandatory. I tell them, I said, if you got a shaper or a corset, something, I can't breathe. Well, I need you to not be able to breathe for 15 minutes. Can you do that?
It ain't even, girl, we ain't on the stage 15 minutes. It's 30 seconds.
I know.
Okay.
The walk ain't but 30 seconds.
It ain't but 30 seconds.
You're right. But
you know, than a minute.
Exactly. So
you come in you get fitted in your undergarments. You come in your undergarments. You put your model robe on. You have your little something to eat or drink. You come in your hosiery, so you're not putting your nails through your hose when you're there.
Come on.
And even if you do, you bring extra.
That's it. Who would think that?
And if you're gonna wear fishnet, please bring fishnets without holes in the fishnet. Now I done seen gaping holes because you done wore them 50 times, they done wore out. You done you done put a hole in the fishnet and you think it's cute. We're not walking grunge, folks. This is
I don't do grunge. Because I'd be like, oh no, you're gonna take that off. We're not doing that.
But then you got the jiggling and wiggling and the sagging and the bagging because the fishnet's holding it all together. I'm just saying. I'm not trying. I'm being funny and facetious, but I'm just saying.
I get it.
There are things that even I get tired of seeing as a model, as a professional model, because we need to do better for y'all.
And you know what's crazy is that's Atlanta. And no one has said, stop it. No one has said, that's not acceptable. You will not walk for me. I remember one time having to tell a model, if you don't want to wear what I'm putting you in, now mind you, what I was putting them in, I don't put on anybody anything that is so revealing to the point that they can't walk out there. Now, if this is an exotic show, okay, we know it's an exotic show. There should be no children or anything like that at this show. That's different. That's completely different. And even in those shows, I don't put anybody in anything that is so revealing that they couldn't post it if they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just not how I roll. But I had to tell a model one time, I said, if you don't want to wear what I'm willing to put you in, I was willing to change their outfit twice to accommodate so that they would walk. And you know what? This was a young youth model. You know what I told her? I said, you will not walk for me.
And I don't blame you.
I said, and you have to
have standards.
And you know what? The same thing goes for models when it comes to certain designers.
Absolutely.
You got me out here looking like a crazy looking hussy. All my stuff out.
I'm not going to say what I was getting ready to say because it's a bad thing to say.
Yeah. But all my stuff out.
It's not a bad thing to say. And I'm not going to say the phrase that I normally use for that.
Yeah.
You know,
you can't do that.
Some people need to give back change. Okay.
Yeah. It's degrading.
It is degrading. I
would never do that to someone and say, I'm a designer and I want you to walk for me.
Absolutely.
You can't do that. Models need to wear what a designer
is them to wear. You're absolutely right. But when it comes down to something that is so degrading to the point where you're so uncomfortable wearing it, then and just it is not good for your brand.
That's it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's something. I mean, I would wear a full body net fish body net stocking, but I'm going to have on undergarments under it, whether you like it or not.
Exactly.
I'm not going to walk out there with a thong on. That's just not what I do, because it's not sophisticated, sexy. If you want me to show off this full bodysuit that you got the little spaghetti straps that you got from Victoria's Secret somewhere offline, and you thought nobody knew that you bought it offline, and you call it your own, and I throw that thing on, and I'm half butt booty ass naked, I'm going to have on my undergarments, and don't ask me to take them off if you want me to walk for you, because I have decorum.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
And a lot of the freshers and intermediates need to get some decorum.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
They need to listen to us old heads.
Yeah.
With the wisdom that have been doing this more than 10 plus years. I've been in the game over 50. Okay.
Come on.
And baby, I'm not going to tell you nothing wrong for you.
Come on.
Okay. So you need to open your ears, close your mouth, and take what I'm telling you, utilize it in order for you not to be considered a slut on the runway.
And some people,
I'm just saying.
You're right. When it comes to their Instagram, their presentation of themselves, I have passed over some very beautiful models because they presented a certain way, and that was only thing they presented.
Well, what's interesting is, like we've talked about on Models Talk before, there is a niche for everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think, and it is my personal opinion, as host of Models Talk, this is my personal opinion as Zahara Gihana. I think that our industry is becoming watered down by those that consider themselves models that are coming off of the internet because they have a following that's not going to come to a fashion show.
Not one time.
Okay. But because they have a following on the internet, they think that makes them the ace boon cool model that walked in the room and can't walk across a penny.
Nope.
Okay. But because they got body, boobs, they pow bang boom everywhere and have twerked it up, left it on the floor, all of that, all over the internet, does not negate them to be a model. And they're watering down our industry.
Yep. But that's
this is a disclaimer. This is not the producer Models Talk. This is Zahara Gihana talking. Y'all want to get mad at me.
But you have to remember too, it's what is being accepted.
True.
If you come to a model casting and they cast you knowing this, that's not them, that's the show producer. It's right.
Well, she's got a following of 1,000 or 10,000 people. Are they coming to your show?
Are 500 of those people come? Are 200 of those people coming to your show?
Are they coming to your show? Are they making you any money?
Because
are they making her any money?
Watch this. They can't pack out a house.
But you got 20 people in your show, but you decide to hire this particular model in your show. You want somebody to pick her because they got a 10,000 following, 10,000 followers or whatever. I don't know.
I don't look at that.
Because and then when you go research them, it looks so bad. And they look so bad online. And they come to you a different way in person. Then you look at them online and you're looking at it cockeyed. This is not who you represented yourself to be. This what I'm seeing online don't fit what's in front of me.
And that's why they tell models, if you're going to do Instagram, you need to have 2 separate pages. You need to have your personal page and you need to have your professional page.
Well, they said the same thing about Facebook as well.
Yeah.
They said the same thing about Twitter as well, or X or whatever they call it nowadays.
Yeah, but they don't listen. Hard
head make a soft ass, baby. That's what my mama used to say.
Yeah, my mama said the same thing.
You don't listen. Hard head make a soft ass every time. And that comes in the industry or not.
Yeah, that's true.
It also goes the other way, that they have researched you. Producers have researched you, designers have researched you because we've gotten the name up front through the registration. Designers research you, go on your page and look at what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's when I tell all these up and comings, all the intermediate season or otherwise, you do not know who's watching you and how they're watching.
Absolutely not. You have to be careful what you're posting. You have to be careful what you're posting.
But they don't believe it, Andrea. And it is missed opportunity because you present yourself in a certain light. Now, if you are being recruited for a certain niche and a certain style of show, a lingerie show, after 5, adults only show, more power to you, baby. Go get it.
Right. But those shows are few and far.
They are few and far.
Those are few and far.
And you cannot. I'm sorry. I just don't see you being that number one ultimate Tyra Banks level lingerie model.
Nope.
And you twerking on Instagram. It don't match up for me. I've seen the other problem I have, and I know I'm gonna get some lashback, whatever you want to call it back, but I'm going to say it as Zahara Gihana. I also think it's the same thing when we're talking about our exotic dancer sisters. exotic dancer sisters have a following.
Mm-hmm.
They do their damn thing. We
Mm-hmm.
are in hot Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
But just because you're a fantabulous dancer and you are able to do the damn thing over there, don't make you able to do this damn thing over here.
Yep. Because you can do that and not be able to walk. Worth a dime.
No, ma'am.
I'm like, you're pretty, but
and then they come in with the pleasers stilettos, the clear pleaser stilettos with the 6-inch heel on the back, and the you know what I'm talking about.
The stripper shoes.
The stripper shoe.
Mm-hmm.
And the toes hanging over the top of them.
Oh, Father, not the toes.
I'm telling you what I see. I can't help myself.
Tell me you did not say the toes.
Yes, I did.
Over.
You know how they be gripping on to the.
Yeah.
Know.
Yeah.
The shoe
I
be
know.
too little and the toes be hanging over. And they be hanging on for dear life so they won't fall off them things.
Yeah.
You know, but you don't, that's not what you went to a model call, baby.
But see, that's the thing. A lot of them don't know what the standard is. And a lot of them, and a lot of them aren't willing to learn what the standard is because there's no set one body teaching it. Do you see what I'm saying? There's no group of people coming together saying, let's really teach these models how to do this and what to do. Let's give them some guidelines. Let's tell them what to look at. There were so many shows on Netflix and Prime where they had the model seasons, and I'm not talking about Top Model. This was when I think it was Tyra and two of her model sisters that came up with her, and they did like a model camp for these girls, and it's like they told them what they needed to do. Mm-hmm. They told them what they, where they were lacking, how to improve, things like that. Mm-hmm. And they listened.
But you got to be willing to do that, right, Andrea?
I'm sorry?
You have to be willing to do that.
You have to be willing.
It's a mindset.
You have to be teachable. If you're not teachable, you can't be taught.
Say that.
Then you're going to miss out, because I don't do attitudes. That's number one. I watch people at shows, even though I'm busy, even though I'm running around with my own models, even though I may be sitting in a corner with a needle and thread, making sure my girls or my guys are great and looking polished at showtime, I'm still listening. I'm still watching. Some of the conversations I hear, some of the things that come out of these models' mouth, I would never pick them.
Well, aren't we all doing the same thing, sis?
I would never pick them.
Well, and I find it interesting you bring up the fact that, mm-hmm. basically model classes. I find that a lot of people do not want to the way they invest in themselves is by going out and buying clothes, if they buy clothes. Okay. And that's the way they invest in themselves, but they won't go out and buy a class.
Anybody can go on Shein.
I'm saying.
Anybody can go on whoever else's boutique and get a $5 dress and a $10 shirt and, a $15 pair of shoes. I got the biggest shoe dazzle collection there is.
Okay. You ain't by yourself.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is you can buy all of that, but if you don't invest in yourself,
say it.
If you don't invest in your skill, what are you doing? Why are you out here? Why are you really doing it? Because if you're just doing it thinking somebody is supposed to pay you, I'm not supposed to pay your unskilled self. We don't get paid in the industry for being unskilled.
Thank you.
I have clients. I have fashion clients. I have interior design clients. They don't pay me money to be unskilled. They pay me to know what I'm doing.
Say it.
And I expect a model when they walk in to know what they're doing. How long have you been modeling? 6 months. Okay, so have you taken any classes? Oh, no. okay, I'd accept it if you walked and you told me you went to YouTube University, because at least there's enough information out there.
Oh, you didn't say YouTube University. You better stop.
There's enough information out there. I've seen so much information out there, free, that if they would just go online and do some research instead of walking in with a bag, a wig, and some gaudy eyelashes and no clue.
Let's not talk about the eyelashes, girl.
And no clue. I would rather you walk in barefaced. I would rather you walk in with a decent pair of heels. You're all black. And present yourself.
Exactly.
Some people want to be taught. Some people don't want to be taught. The people who can't be taught, you can't tell anything to.
Say that again.
Those are the people that you don't deal with. And I personally, they realize when I don't deal with them.
And this is why I love you, Andrea Rowe. This is why I love you. Because you're a real deal Holyfield designer. You're about your business. You know, and you know what your expectations are, and you let your models know what your expectations are of them. And if you find that they are doing things in the midst of doing your show, from the time you meet them and cast, to the time you get ready to do your first fitting, to the time you get ready to do your show or rehearsal, you are still watching them just like you watched them from the first time you cast them.
That's right. That's right.
I don't understand why people can't get that. You know, it just behooves me. It's like you're walking around in our industry with this with this bubble on. You know, like
head in a cloud.
This big cloud, and nothing's filtering through.
No.
Except for what in your brain you see or hear or feel that is best, and because you're cute.
I really hope not. I really hope not. I'm going to need more than cute on the runway.
Andrea, what are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate the platform that you provide. I pray that you continue. And I pray that it grows beyond what you first envisioned, because I already see it growing. And I'm excited for what's next, because what's next is nothing like what we've seen before.
Amen. And I see the same thing for you, my sister.
Oh,
because I know what quality you bring to the table. You know, like I always say, I'm at my table of life. I'm just enjoying the flavors being brought before me, baby. You know,
I understand.
And you're one of those sisters that bring the flavor. So kudos to you.
Thank
kudos
you.
To you. Look at
oh
you.
Lord,
Look at you.
Not that picture.
I like that picture. I like that. Come on, you girl.
That was one of my favorite photo shoots. Oh
Look
Lord.
at you.
Me and the boys.
Yes.
They delivered. Yeah.
Yes, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Andrea, I can't wait to see what you bring, sweetheart, next season.
Well, thank you.
I don't know if I'm going to make the winter tour, but I will try my best to be there on behalf of Modelz Talk, because I would love to do you a red carpet interview after the show, after the craziness dies down. Okay. You know, and come out there and support you, because I believe in what you do.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You know, please come back, and we'll get Brandon on with you.
Brandon's my baby. Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's Brandon Gomes, y'all. That's Brandon Gomes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much for being on Modelz Talk, my love. Peace
Thank
and
you
blessings.
for having me.
Model love to you always.
Absolutely.
Okay? This is your girl, Zahara Gihana, saying yes, yes, yes. See you next. Hello, everyone. This is Zahara Gihana from Modelz Talk. As the holiday season approach, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our participants and fans for their unwavering support. Wishing everyone safe travels and happy holidays from my family to yours. This is your girl, Zahara Gihana. Bye-bye.